Welcome to Wednesday's video, whether you're watching this on Wednesday or not. So over the years, traditionally on a Wednesday, I come on and do what I call a stamped one sheet wonder, but now that it's become a technique that I love, I do it on other days as well, not just Wednesdays. But I do try and stick to my little schedule and do a one sheet wonder on a Wednesday. Anyway, yesterday I was talking about doing ocean scenes and thought it would be fun to try one because I've got the Friends Are Like a Seashells stamp set, this one here. And I was looking through my old scrapbook, my scrapbook that I could keep old one sheet wonders that I haven't decided what to do with. And this is a stamped wreath that I did, I think about last year when the octopus was still around. And also, what else is in here? Yeah, there's the leaves from the octopus. And then these lines are actually from Daisy Lane, the stamp set that's we don't have anymore. And then all that lovely netting, that was lovely. And then look, there's even a little bit of First Frost in there. Look at that. So I do have this video if you do want to see it. It is somewhere on YouTube. I will try to find the link for it and I will put it in the description of this video today. Because I know that some of you have only joined my, little Artful Stampin community in more recently, so you may not have seen this one. But anyway, this one's dedicated to Cindy, I think, this one. Cindy loves an octopus. So, what else have I got here? Oh, this is an old Christmas wreath. There we go. I think that was from when we did a class, actually. So, as I said, I've got this one here. Now, what I'm trying to decide is whether or not to cut a mask for these. Because I appreciate that you may not want to watch me cutting out a mask. However, I may find it rather useful. So I'm just going to find my sticky notes. Ah, Vicky remembers me doing that one. There we go. That's a while back, Vicky. Vicky, you've been with me a long time. Right, that will fit on there. Yes. Okay. Now this one is quite a long and thin shell. So, will it fit on there? Yay! That will go on there. Great. I don't want to spend all evening cutting out, but I think I'll just do the main ones. And then the others can just nestle in and we'll hope for the best. Okay, so masking off is just a really great technique for making sure that the image that you want to be at the focal point remains at the focal point. So you stamp it onto the sticky part of your sticky note, and to make life a bit easier I usually cut 2 or 3 at the same time. So we'll do that, and let's stamp this one. Although I've just realised stamping it in this colour is going to mean that my stamps are nice and pink. I'll try and wipe these off as soon as, to prevent all that pink setting into the photopolymer. It doesn't make any difference to the stamps, I have to say that very quickly. It doesn't make any difference to the stamps in terms of how they stamp, but it does stain them a little bit. It's just the nature of ink and this type of material. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Actually, these look really funky. Blackberry Bliss on neon pink. Actually looks quite cool. It's just what I had to hand, so there we go. Who'd have thought, eh? Right, who have we got on tonight? Let's see who's come to say hello. Lovely to see you all. And there's been some nice pictures you guys have been putting up on Artful Stampin Space, my Facebook group. I've already managed to get Blackberry Bliss up my nail. There we go. Yeah, so you're talking about how the embossing folder works with the dies. Oh, it's just amazing. Yeah, I'd recommend you die cut first and emboss afterwards, because if you emboss first and then die cut, you're going to flatten the whole thing when you put it through the machine. So, well, I have to say this shell's very easy to cut out. Now, I don't actually cut out strictly onto the line. I'm aiming for just inside the lines on these, because otherwise we end up with a bit of haloing around the image. So I actually cut at least 1 millimetre, if not a millimetre and a half. So that's like a 1/16 of an inch. I kind of cut inside, and actually this design does have a line running around it, so I am cutting the line off virtually as I cut here. And to do fussy cutting, I recommend that you try and keep the scissors straight ahead of you, and you just move the paper as you need to. It's much easier to wiggle paper than it is your whole wrist. Okay, so not too long. It doesn't take too long to cut these out. In the meantime, I can say hello to a few people. We've got Bev Evans and Bev Mika sitting together in class today. Look at that. So funny, isn't it? I have people with same names come online and they comment right after each other. It happens so often. It's untrue. So, hello, Chris Kusamo. Hi, Subu. Hi, Georgiana. Paula. Bree. Subu, Monica, Janine, Lorraine. Christine, Janny, Denise, Vicky, Sandra, Louise. Oh, night, Louise. Louise is not staying long tonight. Hi, Jen. Bev, Deb, Wendy. Right, sorry if I missed anybody, but I want to get on. So I was looking at some vintage sort of sea images and thought, oh, let's go collagey and vintagey. So I have got very Versailles off to the side here. I also have this. Now, this looks like a close-up of a fingerprint, to be quite honest with you. But I thought I liked the sort of the waves of that. And yes, I know I've got very Versailles for the script, but I thought seaweed, that could be like seaweed, the leaves. And I want to work in some of these blobs here. And also we've got some, well, these could be like massive bubbles, couldn't they? That's what I'm thinking. That's the direction I want to go in. So let's pick some colours. I need to put some colours away actually. Hi Joanna. Yes, Beverly, Mika and Bev Evans had better behave because we've all got our eyes on you. You know what? I think a little bit of evening evergreen. I know that's a bit unusual, but I want a darkish colour that's going to stamp these shells nicely. So, right, are we going for a 3? Let's go for a, yeah, we will. Oh, I'm going to get told off. That shell's not quite right, is it? Vanessa said that these, I've got to do it like this. Because otherwise the poor shellfish can't crawl away, can it? If it's sort of like that. Or upside down or whatever. Okay, so let's get our... Oh, well done, Joanna. Were you teaching? Hi, Catherine. welcome. Are you new to my channel? Well, first time you caught me on the live? Welcome, welcome. Oh, well done, Joanna. Congratulations. Good on you. Oh, I'm really not quite sure which way around this is supposed to go. I think I'm just going to go with what I feel looks good in the design. Because otherwise I'm going to be here forever trying to decide what to do. Oh, that's nice, Christine. I know you love sending things to people. Okay, so like I said, these aren't being cut out strictly well, but it doesn't matter. Just there we go. So let's find a space for this one. I'm wondering if that one can go there. Maybe have one peeking there, there, there. Why am I sticking the pink paper? Oh, wow. It's a secret. Do you want to know why? Are you ready? Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, da. Oh, hold on. I wanted to stamp another one there, I think. Oh, no. I've just realised I should have stamped these in different colours. Silly me. Because now you can't tell the difference between them. Ah, dear. Right, I know what. Let's get my marker, my Stampin' Blend marker pen out. Sorry, my Stampin' Blend, not my marker pen. I'm going to try and very quickly colour these different colours. Although I've got a feeling that really should have been a pinky one, but never mind. I'm going to have to try and tell the difference between these. Oh, and I've just realised I actually want the pink back on them because I'm going to be stamping a background. Oh, well. Okay, never mind. Just the way it is. So, I often say this on my channel. I make the mistake, so you don't have to. So learn from this that actually stamping these in different colours may have been the way to go. But quickly colouring them in is no big hardship. Right, we need something peachy to go in. I think that big one deserves a nice big peachy colour, like Calypso Coral. What do you think, everybody? I'm just going to be very quick. Get that on. Whoop. Hi Janice. Hi Darrelly. Oh, tell you what, this blend smells strong. Whew. I'm not too worried if I don't colour it all in, because if there's some white bits showing, they can be like the reflection, can't they? There we go, that helps them to show up a bit. Let's go for a pale brown now. Hi, Elizabeth. Right, so this is an alcohol pen, and the ink that I've stamped in is water-based, so the alcohol pen is not going to make the ink bleed in any way. Oh, I'm starting to run out of this colour. Squeaky, squeaky. Let's see if I've got another one. This is ivory, but never mind, we'll go with this. It's a similar enough colour. Right, okay, so there we go. I've sort of fixed my wee boo-boo there by stamping them all the same colour. That's a bit silly of me. So now I need to put my wee masks back on, because I want to stamp some background onto here. Now I don't think I'm going to have enough of all these little ones, but that's okay. It's not about being super duper strict on this one. There we go. Right, I'm trying to work quickly here, guys. Anyway, you're all chatting to each other, so that's quite nice. So if you're watching after Wednesday, let me just check, Wednesday the 19th, and you want to get notifications of when I go live. I've just had someone email me about that, actually. The best thing to do is to subscribe. Now, why have I lost? I've lost one. I'm looking around to see if I can spot it. Where'd it go? It was only... It was on my desk. I wonder if it's fallen down somewhere. Looking on my floor very quickly to see if I can find it, if it's stuck to me. Oh well, keep stamping. Let's just keep going. Right, I like the idea of maybe some of these bubbles, but I think what might look good to start off with is a little bit of blending. So let's get a brush. Hi Kathy. Oh Vicky, your dad would have been 80 today. Oh, maybe there was still a crab in it, Luke. I know, maybe it's gone away. So weird, isn't it? It was literally here. So funny. Okay, I'm just gonna ink blend a little bit. Oh, now it's pulling some of the Blackberry Bliss off the ink of the post-it note, but never mind. Never mind. It is what it is. Oh, got a bit of a splodge there. Didn't mean to do that. But that will soon get covered up with all the stamping. It'll be fine. So to try not to get a splodge, start off the page and then work your way on. Because when you dip the brush in the ink pad, it's very sort of fresh ink on there. And so you do need to start off the page to kind of work it a little bit. And I'm wondering if a little bit of... Where's my... Oh, I was going to do soft sea foam, but I've got Macaron here. It's homemade, not Hallmark. Absolutely, Bev. Okay, there we go. That just helps to break in the paper a little bit. Actually, I'll keep the macaron open because I'm going to go in there now and do some nice blobs. And I'll get the speckle one out as well. I like that. So this is going to be very much about textures and things. And I'm thinking, you know what, to save time, I'm actually going to mount the two of them together. There we go. That'll be a bit easy. And it may also help me to have the mat. Realise my watch is coming undone. Excuse me. I'll tuck the strap back in. Just going to borrow that one for a second. I really like playing with all these textures to see how they work together when you're doing overlaying and overlapping and so on. I like that. Okay, so that was with mint macaron, everybody. Actually, I might just grab another mat to make life a bit easier for me. So if you like what you see, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up at the end of the video, and also, as I said, subscribe if you like what you are seeing. And also, if you are inspired by anything that you've seen me do and you want to have a go and share what you've done, then we have this lovely, it's not lovely because, you know, I made it lovely, it's lovely because of you guys, Facebook group where people share things that they've made, and it's just such a, you know, lovely place to get inspiration. So it's very much a sharing group, as in you share what you've made. It's not really a just go on there and chat about anything group, if you know what I mean. I think there's lots of other groups like for that sort of thing out there, so I didn't feel you needed another one. But there is a chat area, so every month I create a chat area where if you want to ask a question or ask a question or share something funny, please do go ahead and do that in the chat area. There we go. See, do you like my seaweed? What do you think? Do you think it sort of looks like seaweed? Right, oh look, fresh stamp set, never been used. So this is a set that you can get if you place an order of over £150. You can actually earn this stamp set for free. Oh, someone's been having bubble tea. Oh, fun. I ordered a bubble tea kit for a friend of mine. That was quite fun. Oh no, hold on. Was I going to go for this colour? Yeah, why not? Oh no, or was I going to go for... No, I'll do the script in Crumb Cake, I think. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this is sort of just a bit of a texture that I thought would be fun. never used it before, so, but I'm hoping it's going to give the impression of sort of waves and things. Like sand drifts. That's what it sort of feels like. You know when the current goes over the sand and it causes those beautiful lines. That's what this reminds me of. Oh yes, this is coming along nicely. So we do have some other designs in here that we could put in. There's some other shells there. So now because I made that little bit of a boo-boo stamping everything in Evening Evergreen, I'm a bit reluctant to sort of try Evening Evergreen, but I feel that now I've started with it, I want to kind of carry on with it. So, but I'm thinking if I do the shells like down a bit so that they're not actually by the others, they're not going to get too lost, are they? So I'm just explaining to you my thought process, all right? So this is, you know, this is how I'm thinking. I think if I was to do the shells upright near them, then they would get a bit lost. But if I do these sort of just like scattered along the sea floor type idea, there we go. That's not too bad. Yes, I'm hoping to get the spottage from the butterfly set. That was the whole thing that sparked it, actually. Yes, Jeanette, you're so right. It was that discussion yesterday about that lovely spottage in the floating and fluttering set. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with my little shells. And then we do have some wonderful seaweed stamps in here. Obviously, anything sort of leafy can look a bit like seaweed, you know, like any, you know, it's a plant after all, isn't it? So, sorry, I've got ink on me. Right, I want to go though for a slightly different type of green. I've used Evening Evergreen, I've used Pear Pizzaz. So what about a bit of garden green? I don't often use this, so I'm sorry for all you green, you don't like green so much people. I know there's a few of you watching. But I've ended up going for quite a bit of green in this. I will introduce some more blue, I think, in a bit. But for now, it's all very green under this sea. Oh, love this leaf. It's the flow of it, the way that it's been designed with this beautiful kind of curve in it. You just look at it and you sort of almost feel the waves of the water, don't you? It's just gorgeous. Hi, Cher. Love my greens. I love eating my greens. Right, and then I think we'd have a little bit of seaweed just sort of floating around on the seabed as well, wouldn't we? And actually, I'm going to take the masks off now because I don't want to be so strict with my masking anymore, because I want to actually make it look a little bit more realistic. So let's get rid of those and have some leaves coming round and about the seashells. Although unfortunately, because I've chosen quite a dark green here, it's not going to sort of show so much, but never mind. Okay, get in there. I'm wondering whether to bring back the Pear Pizzaz, because the Pear Pizzaz is slightly more yellowy green. And it's quite refreshing in this on this page to have it. Oh, thank you, Kerry. So you've had good weather, some of you, today, by the sounds of it. Now this seaweed almost looks like it's a sort of seaweed that attaches itself to a rock or something, or a shell. So I'm actually sort of attaching them to things, because I think that's kind of quite realistic. Right. Oh, a few more over here. Right, lovely. Lovely jabbly. Right, now I think we need some more kind of coastal cabana-y type things to happen. And I did have a quick little sneaky peeky on Pinterest for some inspiration, and I did see a lovely vintagey piece that I think they did a seahorse, then they did some script, and then they sort of had like squarish sort of pebbles that represented sea glass, and that's why I thought, oh, could we have a square or circular? Oh, I don't know, but I'm wondering if look at that shape. I like that. It almost looks like tumbled sea glass, sort of being whipped around in the sea. I remember when I used to work at the bridal wear shop, there was a lady that came in and she was a sea glass jewellery designer, and she would sell some of her jewellery. I think we had them in the shop for a little bit, but she would collect sea glass from walks on the beach, and then she would drill holes in it, and then she would tumble it first, like for months, and then she would drill holes. And they were absolutely beautiful. Just a really clean beauty to them, you know, just a lovely frosted look, and you know, maybe you could make a wall. Oh yeah, with the square stamps. So anyway, and this is sort of a bit like, I don't know, I suppose you do get debris floating around in the sea as well, don't you? So anyway, that's what this is. I'm just making it up as I go along. So some little bits of tumbled this and that. And then also, don't you get like a bit of dappled light coming through? You know. Oh, I know what stamp set I need. That one designed by France Martin. I'll have to wait for that one. Maybe then a bit of Granny Apple Green. Let's just zing this up a little bit. So I'm going to stamp off though, because I'm a bit scared of going too bright with this. So I'm going to stamp off and then Thank you, Karen. So if you are living in the UK and you would like to get your hands on some of these beautiful stamps, please do click on there's a link in the description to this video. There's also links from my About Me sort of page on YouTube that has links to the shop. And please remember, please remember to use your host code. So to get the host code, you need to go to artfulstampin. That's stampin without a G on the end, .blogspot.com, and the host code is on the right hand side of my blog. So I just realised I do need to stamp some of these blobby bits over the shells, because these are like floating in the water, so they'd be floating down. Oh, thanks, Beth. Oh, lovely to see you, Gina. Gina, that card you shared on Artful Stampin Space. Oh my word, just stunning, can I say? If you guys haven't seen it, please do go and check it out. Right, we do have a little bit of dottage. I don't know if Glenna's around. She might be out and about. She's usually out on... Oh no, it's Thursday she's out and about. What am I talking about? Glenna, are you there? Oh, you have a cat called Babushka. Night night, Catherine. Thank you for sharing. I'll watch the video later. Okay, welcome. Environmentally friendly sea. Yes. There's no rubbish floating around in this sea. Right. Let me get the dots out, because I'm going to tell you something about a video that me and the children were watching. Oh, I've forgotten his name now. Oh no. Hold on, I might have to look for it in a second. Okay, so there's a British YouTuber who's he's just brilliant. He started off doing videos very much about sort of linguistics and things. Very interesting. About speech patterns and very fascinating. Anyway, he's now gone on to do videos about all sorts of things. And the video we watched together was about a beach that he went to in Cornwall, where they regularly-ish get, not apart from just awful, just normal plastic debris, they also get Lego washed up, because many, many years ago there was not a tanker, what do I want to say? A ship that carries containers, one of them. And it basically went down, and it contained a shipment of Lego. So every so often you can be walking along the beach and you will find Lego on the beach. So he met this lady who regularly goes and sort of tries to tidy up the beach, because not only is there Lego, but there's loads of plastic that just gets washed up. But if you are into Lego, obviously it's quite nice to get free Lego. But anyway, the point was he was also talking about sea pollution and how much plastic there is bobbing around in our seas and on our shores. So, container ship, thank you, that's the word I wanted. Cargo ship. Yeah, cargo ship, not a barge, no, container ship, that's what I wanted. Yeah, thank you. Oh, look at the dottage. Do you want a close up? Oh, look at this. Look. Extreme close up of the dottage. So nice. And I've done this in Evening Evergreen, because I wanted it to show up. Right, now some of you may not want to add this step, but some of you I know will love it. But I'm now going to vintagify. So I could leave it partially undone if this is going to blow your minds too much. I'll come back out for this. And get me some good old crumb cake. Is kind of like the go-to vintagey colour, isn't it? Let's face it. Oh, that's interesting, Deb. Thanks for showing that. So, For Ocean is a great crew that cleans beaches all over the world. I often buy bracelets from them. Oh, wow. And are the bracelets made up of the things that they find? Right. Oh, well, now it's been mentioned, I might put that in the link. I'll put that as a link in the description of this video. Let me just write down, though, what that was. They called for what? For ocean. Oh, and I've got to do the link to the octopus wreath. Right, just let me know if there's anything else you need me to do links to. $19.97. Oh, it's when the tanker. Denise, if you just looked it up. Oh, okay. I thought they might use the things that they find. Hi, Laurie. There we go. That's our vintagey, oceany, seashell-y thing. So if you were doing this, maybe consider not stamping all the shells in the same colour like I did. But, I mean, obviously, if you'd like it this way, that's fine. Now, I have got my white chalk pen here, and I'm wondering if I can add some sort of white sort of bubbles at different points. Just where it's a bit darker, I'm just adding a little bit of some white speckles, just to make it look a bit different. Okay, let me get you back in again. Oh, there we go. So I'm not doing anything too artistic. No, it is artistic, sorry. I'm not doing anything too complicated. I'm literally just getting the white pen and I'm dib-dabbing it. I think that must be the official term, dib-dabbing. Actually, in the UK there's a sweet called a dib-dab, and it's a sherbet, like in a paper packet. So this is like the dib-dabbing of the sea. Little white sherbets. You would add highlights. Yes, I could try and add a highlight. Now, when it comes to highlighting, this is where it could all get very tricky. You need to look at the design of the stamp. So the design of the stamp is that the darker areas are the darker areas. So ironically, the bits that should be highlighted are already light, but that's fine. We can go in there and do some additional highlighting of the lighter areas. Okay, so don't be tempted to start colouring in the dark areas. That is not what you want to do. You want to just add some extra white to the areas that that are plain, basically, that haven't got the dark ink on. So, like, there we go. Oh, that actually, it really helps with these this one. Dib-dabbing works for you, Lorraine? Good, good. Do you guys have do you guys get dib-dabs in the States or in Canada or Australia? Or are they just a British thing? Oh, thank you, Martina. Well, it's not too much different from other ones that I've made. I think it partly helps with just absolutely stunning stamps. Honestly, it's the quality of the imagery that Stampin' Up! Produce. And the great thing about these stamps is that once you've got it, you just stamp it over and over and over, and you can keep creating and creating. So, but no, I do like it. Thank you for your compliments. You're very kind. I think this is probably one of the few seashell, well, yeah, possibly the first seashell stamp set that I bought. I was going to say, I did have the octopus from the other year. I really loved that stamp set because it had some great textures in it as well, which I do miss. So there we go. Yeah, we have sherbet fountains, and then the Dib Dab comes in like a paper packet. They are a bit different than the sherbet. Oh, I do love a good sherbet fountain though. Oh. Yeah, sticks, candy stick with flavoured powder to dip the stick in. Yes, probably some, yes. Yes, Denise, I would cut this up into 3s. That was my kind of plan with the design, because it's just so it's just nice to get all that length in it, really. So there we go, that's it with the template over the top. I wouldn't obviously cut these additional lines, but this is just to show you what it would look like. So there we go, you can see then that. And that, you know, I would say it doesn't really even need a, it doesn't need a sentiment. Personally, I would do all your sentiment writing on the inside. Now, I just want to, I've just noticed that these little seashells down there feel like they need a bit of colour on them. They're sort of disappearing because, there we go, that's a bit better. Look, and you can see the quality of my colouring is just non-existent. As long as I'm sort of keeping in the lines-ish. But it's, you know, because it's got lots of stuff going on already, I don't need to be that careful. But it's just to get the colour in there. There we go. I remember your son stamping an octopus. Ah, there we go. Right, or is there anything else? I'm just going to look at the stamp set. No, I think that is it. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I think this was pretty spectacular. I'll go through the stamp sets though, because it was quite stamp set heavy, I'm afraid. So please do ask any questions if you have any. So friends are like seashells. That's kind of like the main one. It's the star of the show, as it were. Then we did also use borders to backgrounds. Now, if you don't have this stamp set, have a look and see what else you have in your collection that has sort of some speckles and some dots. They don't have to be in a line. You can stamp them in a line. So if you have one that's got smaller speckles and dots, that's fine. Then we used Natural Textures, which is a host set, so very, very new in the new catalogue. It's not carried over from anywhere. Brand new. As soon as I saw it, I thought I'd have to get it. And this stamp here is the one that I used to get that lovely sort of oceany feel. This one is in the mini catalogue, I think. Yes, it is. It's in the mini. So that is going to be leaving us at the end of June, just so you know. Then, of course, the gorgeous Very Versailles. And I use the leaves in that direction to go upwards to be my seaweed. And then I use the script stamp at the very end just to get some... And I don't know why I got that out because I didn't use any of it. No, I thought it might be nice to do some... like, I don't know, blobs, but I ended up using something else. So anyway, we'll keep that for another day. That's okay. Sometimes I have these ideas. Oh, I tell you what I've forgotten. Oh my goodness. The whole stamp set that sparked this off. It's this one here. Oh dear. Dropping leaves and butterflies out of it. This one here. Oh dear. Anyway, it's thanks to this little thing here that kind of inspired me. Right, let's see. Oh, I might do it in coastal. Yes, the fingerprint one, that's it. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Yes, I've just sent out my April thank you video for those of you who super chat me or PayPal me. So if you're going to PayPal me more than a few pounds or dollars or whatever, sorry, if you're going to super chat me more than that, then it is worth considering PayPaling, because PayPal take less of my money than YouTube do. But I don't mind at all. Everything is gratefully accepted. That's for people who can't shop with me, because I know a few of you can't shop with me because you're in other regions of the world where I can't sell you the product. Oh my goodness, this just absolutely finishes it. Look, look, like little bubbles coming up from the seabed. How cool is that? Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, I think this is going to be my favourite new stamp. This is going to be making a show for the next few weeks, because this is retiring as well, floating and fluttering. It's leaving us. So, right, I will go over the colours as well. A lot of greens, did use a lot of greens, but it just goes to show, doesn't it, that the different colours that you can build up with this sort of thing. Yay, thank you, Janine. Oh, Janine, you sweetheart. Right, so we used Crumb Cake, Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, Pear Pizzaz, Evening Evergreen, Mint Macaron. It's like, what green did I not use? Wowee. Okay, so we used Granny Apple Green, Pear Pizzaz. What's the next one? Oh, thank you, Vanessa. You support me anyway, just by chatting, and so, you know, and thumbs ups and sharing the videos, that's supporting as well. But I'm very, very grateful for what you guys donate. It does help me to be able to purchase more stamps for me to share with you, more designs. So thank you so, so much. Really appreciated. Okay, so it's all the greens. I want to get them in some kind of order here. Anyway, that's the way it is. So we've got two of the new in colours, Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. Stunning, stunning, sagey, gorgeous colours. And Garden Green's been with us for quite a while. Granny Apple Green is a newer green, but we love it. Pear Pizzaz. Oh, and then when I stamped the Granny Apple Green, I stamped off first. I wasn't going to risk doing it really bright. I didn't want a really bright one. Then Pear Pizzaz, which is a lovely in-betweeny green. Crumb Cake, Coastal Cabana, and Mint Macaron. And I ended up having to use some of the Stampin' blends because I stamped all the shells in Evening Evergreen and I wanted some way to tell them apart. So the pink one was coloured with light Calypso Coral. Then I did use the light Crumb Cake, and then gave up because it's running out, and used a bit of the Ivory. So that was for that one. And then also, oh, dark Smoky Slate. Oops. That's why it came out quite dark. Oh well, never mind. So those were the colours, excuse me, those were the colours that I used for with the Stampin' blend. So these are alcohol. And then I used the Stampin' Chalk marker? The Stampin' Chalk marker. It's interesting, actually. I've just realised the reason why I find that hard to say. We've just been studying poetry. I have been studying poetry with my daughter for the last few weeks, and we've been writing poetry today. And it's amazing how, when you're used to speaking in iambic pentameter, if something doesn't like fit in with the rhythm, it's really hard to say it. So I think that's why I'm finding it hard to say Stampin' Chalk marker. I want to say Stampin' Chalkin' marker. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you, everybody. Okay, but it is called the Stampin' Chalk marker. So this is a pigment based kind of ink really, and it sort of sits on the top of your work. So it's great for, as you see me do, highlighting and doing little blobby things. Great on dark coloured cardstock as well if you want to, you know, write a message. There we go. Hello. Although I do store it upside, I store it, you know, tip down that way so that the ink is fresh at the bottom. Right, I think I have covered everything, apart from I need to tidy up my desk now. So thank you so much. In my book, crumb cake does not come under green. No, it doesn't come under green. Sorry, no. Nor does the Coastal Cabana and the mint macaron, but they could do. So I'll use it mainly to lighten things. Hi, Cheryl Smallsreed. Wow! Oh, if you just joined, you're going to have to watch the replay, I'm afraid. Right, was there anything else I needed to sort? I'm going to do the link. Someone's kindly sent me the link to that website for Ocean, and apparently by buying jewellery from them, you're supporting them cleaning up the oceans. But thank you for information like that. I don't mind sharing stuff like that on my channel if it's helpful to the world and people and stuff. But yeah, that's great. Thank you, Denise. Lovely to see you all. Have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And please do have a go doing this. Rewatch it if you want to. Play it back slowly. Copy it. It's fine. I know a few of you do that. So, oh, Ellie, yes, welcome. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Quick, go back and watch it. I'm not going to show you it all. Right, lots of love, everybody. God bless. Bye. Bye, Bev. Bye, Cebu. Bye, everybody.